What's up, everyone? Multiyapples here, bringing you another video. And today we'll be playing some Forza Motorsport 6. So let's go ahead and get started. So how's everyone doing? I'm doing well, thanks for asking. How are y'all? Sorry for moving so much in my seat. Trying to make myself a little more comfortable. So let's go ahead and play. It's been a while since I played this, but I'm okay with it right now. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, I love the Forza Motorsport series. I struggled in Forza Motorsport 2. I thought I did pretty well in Forza Motorsport 4. And Forza Motorsport 6, I hardly played, but I want to change that, and I'm gonna change that. Oof, I really need to do better. I don't know why I said oof. So how's everyone? So I know I'm gonna look at WrestleMania 36, the second night of it, later today. So that should be entertaining. I'm hoping Drew McIntyre will win the WWE Championship tonight. But we'll see if he does or doesn't. Trying to get into first. We're currently in 6th. Okay, now we're in 5th. So far, so good, though, in my opinion. I'm glad John Morrison and The Miz retained the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. I thought it was too early for them to lose it. Granted, it was a triple threat match, and only one member of each team could represent them, because The Miz was injured or sick. I think he was sick, so I hope he gets better. Regardless of him being injured or sick, I hope he gets better. I know, I think it was, I don't remember which Uso. I want to say Jay Uso represented the Usos. I know Kofi Kingston represented the New Day, which I'm a fan of all three teams. It's just the New Day and the Usos have held the SmackDown Tag Team Championships a lot over the past couple of years. And those two teams have been feuding with each other, so I felt, in my opinion, I feel that it's time for some new teams to hold a SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Because we can see the rest of the field. Those closer to the back lag behind. I love how realistic this game is. I just now realized that there were 6 laps. If there were more than 6 laps, if there were more laps, I would definitely take a pit break. Yeah, I can't look too bad. I can't look behind too much. Otherwise, that'll get me off track and I'll lose first place. I love racing games. I haven't played Forza Motorsport 1, 3, or 5, but I would like to. Forza Motorsport 4 is my favorite Forza Motorsport game. Although I do like Forza Motorsport 6. I'm a huge fan of the MX vs ATV series. And I love MX vs ATV All Out, MX vs ATV Supercross Encore, and MX vs ATV Untamed. The only Need for Speed game I've played and liked was Need for Speed Undercover. And I beat that game. But I never played, I played it on my channel, but I never did the campaign mode on my channel. I always did races. I like Mario Kart Wii. I just wish I knew how to unlock more racers. I played Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing Transformed, but I'm not good enough at it to play, or at least to unlock all the characters, even though I'd like to. Alright, best lap was 1 minute and 4 seconds. As my car is really damaged. Let's go to the next race. The Club Circuit Series. So I've done the first race of the Club Circuit Series on my channel. Gonna adjust my seat one more time. Sorry about that. It's gonna just start the race. Maybe after I feel more comfortable and get used to this game, I will I will change the difficulty of Forza Motorsport 6. Alright, we have 3 laps this race, so I don't have as much time as I did last race to get into first. I want to say it's the top three. You have to get into the top three to progress. But the best way of finding that out is getting in first place. I like how if your people on your friends list played, they can show up here. Now, I don't recognize these gamer tags, but I I do know some of these gamer tags. I'm not gonna say which ones I know and which ones I don't know, but um I do like how we can play against other people's ghost racers. Or what I mean by that is, say if they've done a race before, then you can play against their best time, if that makes any sense. So we are currently in third place. We're close to first and second though, so not completely out of reach. Dang, I want to see if I could squeeze in between first those two cars to get in first, but I got in the first, so regardless, I didn't need a squeeze, so I'm not gonna complain. And it's only the second or third lap of our third lap of 3 laps. Second or third laps. I don't think that makes any sense. Let's not rewind. I don't know why I tend to mispronounce my words a lot, or say my words when I'm. I tend to mispronounce words a lot, so when I'm speaking, at least when I'm making videos, I'm trying to. For the most part, I tend to mispronounce words. It's because I'm multitasking. I'm trying to play this game and talk at the same time and keep y'all entertained. Though I'm not sure I'm doing a great job of that. Alright, we are on our final lap. That is something I'm not going to complain about. Although I do love racing. I mean, I mentioned I love racing games, so obviously. If I've never played a racing game before, I don't think I'd be saying that. And I have played this game before on my channel, and I wouldn't be playing it now if I hated it. I love how as time goes on, the games tend to be more realistic. Like, in my opinion, this is pretty realistic. Like, the graphics are good. Like, say, 10 years ago, the graphics weren't as crisp and as fresh and as good in video games as they are now. Granted, this game is probably a few years old. So, but still, it has pretty good graphics. Then again, I am playing on an Xbox, or one of them that's 4K, so. Alright, we're gonna take first. I think we would have hit the rail. There were little railings there. One, please, yes! Got the Brabham B2, the BT24. Yes, awesome. Oh, we nearly got. Okay. I can save another time. Leaderboards. Sorry if you see any offensive gamer tags or anything like that. Let's go to the next race. Circuit de Catalunya. So that's going to be in Spain. I actually remember my trip to Spain. It was not one of my best or favorite trips. Mainly because I got sick. Okay, so mods. So we cannot change cars. I wanted to change car every race, but turns out we can't. So we have 6 laps, but unlike the first race we did this video, this is a small, I consider this small. So, let me clarify something. I totally forgot what I said about why I didn't enjoy Spain, but I got sick, and I got food poisoning. That's what I meant to say. Hey, that person's using a car just like ours. Cool. We are in the top 5. I really can't complain. Scratch that, we're in the top 3 now. First place, sweet. We're going to Hawaii, and I thoroughly enjoyed my trip there. I went to Sweden and back in October of 2016. I enjoyed Sweden a lot. It's probably one of my favorite places I've been to. I'm not hating on Spain or anyone who lives in Spain, but I just didn't enjoy my trip there because I was sick. I love going to Trinidad and Tobago. I've been there several times. I love the food there in Trinidad and the beaches in Trinidad and Tobago. I always end up getting sunburnt, but I don't mind. I always enjoy myself when I go to Trinidad and Tobago. I love New York City as well, and Los Angeles. Oh, at least we made a good turn there. So, those of you that have traveled, what's your favorite place you've been to? What places have you been that you did not like, and why? And why did you like the places you went to? Sorry for going quiet, I'm just trying to think of something to talk about. I don't know how many more races I'm going to be doing for the remainder of the video, but I for sure want to complete this little series in the club challenge series or whatever it's called. Looks like we won't be able to lap an opponent, but we tried. Yeah, we won't be able to lap an opponent before the race ends. We're somewhat close though. At least I think. So, let's go and stretch as we pass the finish line. This lap was roughly a minute. Sweet. So yeah, we're gonna do the final race here. For sure. In my birth country of the United Kingdom. Sorry for adjusting my seat a lot. So 5 laps. Cool. I also, another racing game I like is Formula 1 2018 or F1 2018. I played that on my channel. I played Trackmania Turbo on my channel and Joyride Turbo. And I love those games. If you enjoy playing racing games, what racing games do you like to play? No, that's not good for whoever's right next to me. This weather isn't good weather to be racing in either. It's gonna be slippery. See if we can get into 7th place. We're in the top third of the drivers. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word drivers. So I was able to. I mentioned in a previous video that I was watching Year Million, which is on Disney Plus, which is from National Geographic. It's a National Geographic show, but I'm guessing Disney owns National Geographic, and I had watched the first 4 episodes, and I found them very interesting and very good. So I wrapped up the series by watching the last 2 episodes yesterday, and overall it was a good series. I thoroughly enjoyed it. If you've seen Year Million, what do you think of the series? If you haven't, you should definitely check it out. And if you have the money to spare, you should definitely get Disney Plus. It's understandable for whatever reason you don't, but if you want to, feel free to get Disney Plus. For those that don't know, I'm a huge fan of Nickelodeon and Disney, so I'll watch their shows. So I mean, I'll watch shows such as mentioned Family Guy, American Dad, The Cleveland Show, Bob's Burgers, a little bit of The Simpsons here and there. The one adult cartoon I've seen that I do not like is South Park. I just don't find that funny. I find it very offensive. I mean, the other shows I listed are offensive as well, but I don't think they're as offensive as South Park. And I think South Park is offensive just to be mean, whereas the other jokes, the other shows try to be offensive to be funny. Now, does that make it okay? No, it does not. But there are, at least with the other shows I mentioned, there are, in my opinion, jokes that aren't. There are parts that aren't jokes and parts of the shows or episodes of shows that aren't offensive and that are funny. So. I haven't watched Law and Order SVU in a while. I want to check out, watch that Law and Order SVU again on Hulu. And some of the other Law and Orders. I know there was supposed to be one airing this year, this year. I'm not sure, but I'll definitely check it out. I know Law and Order SVU is getting a spin-off as well, so I'm excited to see that. I'd like to see some of the other shows in the Law and Order franchise. So I actually admittedly love creepy stuff. I mentioned Rainbots, Top Fives, and Nexpo, and Nuke's Top Fives, as well as Barely Sociable. If you can remind me, whoever's watching this, and you want to check out those channels, let me know, and I'll link them in the comment section. So, like Creepy, channels like those I'll watch because I find them entertaining and I like to be scared. Um, so I'll watch Ghost Adventures as well. That's a TV show. The other things I was mentioning were actually YouTube channels. I should have made that clearer. Ghost Adventures is the show. Um, let's see. I love watching sports, but there isn't really no sports that are active right now. Unless you count esports, which I don't mind watching. I love watching gamer content, and there's a YouTube channel named Zero. He's a small YouTuber that I enjoy watching. I'll link his channel as well if I can remember. If not, just go to click on my account name, and then when that page loads, you should see under the channel. I think it's called channels I like or recommended channels. You'll see Zero, and click on his channel, check him out, and subscribe to him. Boom. 1 minute 20 seconds. Let's go ahead and continue. We completed the first series. Wait, the second series, I guess. United States from coast to coast. Let's go and get the Sport Quattro. Now, I'm going to do a little free play, actually. I'm going to back out of this and do a free play. For a little bit. Yeah, for those of you that are watching, what do you like to watch on TV? I went through a phase where I enjoyed watching those TV judge shows. I love game shows, but I can never. But the game shows I love like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I like that, but that was canceled, and then there's an old 2003 series called Cheat, which aired I think on the Game Show Network. Another old Game Show Network show called Lingo. There's also Extreme Dodgeball, Endurance, which I've talked about. It's actually, before we do a free play, let's actually just complete the career modes. I like Deal or No Deal. There's an old 2003 series called Russian Roulette, which was a game show. Sadly, it no longer airs. There is I love Jeopardy, but I can. You know what? I want to get back into Jeopardy and Deal or No Deal. Get back to watching those. Are there any game shows that are currently out there or that have ended that you want to recommend to me? Or any other shows that, whether they're still airing or they're no longer airing, that you want me to that you would recommend to me, let me know and I'd be more than happy to check them out. Remember the old Discovery Kids shows like Kenny the Shark and Tuttenstein and Strange Days at Bleak Cozy High? Oh, that was amazing. That show was. Time Warp Trio was another show that I found amazing. Then there is Time Blazers. I love that. So Time Blazers was basically a bunch of kids going around talking about historical events, and they were like interviewing like historical experts on or historians about those time periods. There's I remember Mythbusters. Found that interesting. That wasn't on Discovery Kids. Oh, there's another show. It's on A&E called Beyond Scared Straight that I found really interesting. Also, another GSN show called Dog Eat Dog, and that was another interesting show I watched as a kid. What else is there? Undercover Boss, I never watched many episodes of, but I actually enjoyed it. Let's see. Anyway, back to Discovery Kids shows. Strange Days at Lake Cozy High was set at this boarding school, and it was this whole science fiction thing where they had to stop this evil person, a group of evil people, from taking over the world. I don't think I watched the series finale, so I would love to rewatch the series again. There is Truth or Scare. That was another good show. That's Truth or Scare and Mystery Hunters are the two shows that really sparked my interest into the paranormal and supernatural as a kid. I would get scared by them because I remember this was when I was for me this was when I was 7, 8, 9. But 7 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old, but I still enjoyed watching it. There were cool shows like Trading Spaces, Boys vs. Girls, and Operation Junkyard. I found really interesting. My all-time favorite Discovery Kids show was Endurance. Trading Spaces, Boys vs. Girls reminds me of a show that was either stopped airing within the past couple of years, or it's still going on. Like, I think it's Extreme Home Makeover or something like that. I had watched a couple of episodes, but yeah. I used to watch Catfish, the TV show. I'm not gonna lie, that show was kind of interesting. Though I do feel sorry for the people that got catfished. What are some other shows I used to watch? I mentioned Beyond Scared Straight. I, I'm not much for reality TV, but I do enjoy watching drama. Uh, reality TV shows that involve a lot of drama that I find interesting. So, like, I was a fan of that show because of the drama, and I'm glad that they helped kids. Or at least they tried to help kids in that show. Shows like Keeping Up with the Kardashians and the Real Housewives franchise. I don't, even though they have a lot of drama in them, I don't find them interesting. They just don't. Maybe it's because they're not meant to appeal to me, but she was hoping for 1 million credits. But yeah, maybe it's because they don't appeal to me, or maybe it's because they're not aimed at me. But I just don't find them appealing. And there's Extreme Dodgeball on GSN, which I really found interesting because there were 3 seasons. This was from like 2002 to 2004, 2005, something like that, or early to mid 2000s. The first season, they had like 8 teams that were basically gimmick teams. Like you had one team that was called the CPAs. They were called the CPA, which was CPA short for Certified Public Accountants. There were basically a bunch of people who were certified public accountants, and you had like Barbell Mafia, or people who were, which consists like which consists of muscular people who were like gym trainers, and one of them was a professional wrestler. Anyway, so the second season, each season, um, involved teams that were somewhat gimmicky. Like the second team, there were the worst 4 teams. Um, after the first season were removed, and they added 4 new teams. Like one of them was like the Reef Sharks, which I think were basically a bunch supposed to be like surfers, and Delta Force, or at least like military or police officer trained people. The third season involved there were 6 teams instead of 8, and they were all based out of cities. For example, my favorite team in season 3 was called the New York Bling, which were basically their gimmick was that of as I mess up right there. Basically, there's like hip hop slash urban raised people who lived in the cities, New York, that sort of thing. Um, Season 2, my favorite team was Bling. In Season 1, my favorite team was Stallion Battalion. Even though they were horrible, there were a bunch of jockeys. Which, if you don't know about anything about jockeys, they're like people who race horses, and they're really short and really small, and Um, I like them. I also like Sumo Stone, which, as you can imagine, a bunch of sumos. Um, they were also part of season 1, but Stallion Battalion and Sumo Storm never returned for season 2. They were among the worst teams. There's also, I actually, now that I look back on the show, I kind of liked another team that was, and that was only for one on season 1, and that was Silent but Deadly Moms. I think one of their players became a lead singer in a popular band, Mark Pontius. Um, I believe is his name. You know what? I will go ahead and look that up. Sorry. Look it up. Okay, so the show ran from 2004 to 2005, not 2002. One of Barbara Mafia's players in season 1 was a professional wrestler. Her name was Melissa Coates. Yes, Mark Pontius is the player's name. So season 3, you had a celebrity. Yeah, it's celebrity team captains, which was pretty cool. Sorry, I wanted to look that up to make sure I was right, or correct my mistake. So, I think every episode, or the majority of episodes of Extreme College Ball have been uploaded to YouTube, but they're not all in good quality, so. Season 1 has been uploaded in its entirety by a former player of Season 1. Season 3 has a couple of, like, 2 or 3 episodes of it by another former player. Let's go ahead and bring it back. Yeah, I was gonna crash and lose first place, and I didn't want that to happen. Especially since we're on lap 3. Maybe one day if I do a free race, I will take a pit stop. So endurance was my favorite show growing up. Sadly, it was never. It was put on a hiatus, but I don't think it was ever officially canceled. But it's guaranteed that there won't be any new episodes coming out since it last aired in 2008. Basically guaranteeing there are no new episodes coming. Otherwise, they would have happened already. The predecessor, Moolah Beach, though, is another show that I liked. I never watched it growing up. I had heard about it, but I never watched it. That was until last year. I decided to watch Moolah Beach. and it only lasted for one season. But it was a good show. And Endurance was, Moonlight Beach was revamped into Endurance. And now, there's going to be another show called Karma, which is going to air on HBO Max, which I would love to see. Because it's supposedly going to be sort of similar to Endurance. So I'd love to see how that plays out. That's Karma's coming out later this year. I'm not too worried about my split time. Just, I mean, obviously I want to go faster each time, but but I want to win as well. Just to move on. So I'm gonna hop off here, y'all. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe. I'll see you next time. God bless and peace out, and I will hope you all have a good day. And let me know what you think in the comments section. If there's any shows you want me to check out, let me know in the comments section as well. Deuces. Oh, and by the way, yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.